morning, everybody. Oh, E, oh. Hello, hello, good morning. Hey there, board crow. Long time no see. Is my volume okay? Can everybody hear me alright? Ah, Tazuri-san, ohayo gozaimasu. Weedy bread, hello, hello, Zara. Quiet. I think I'm supposed to be quiet today. Good morning, Nell-chan. Good morning. Hello, TFN. Hello, Thornsium. Hello, Orgenis. Hello, Zaro. Hello, Ozora. Hello, Snaz. Hello, Setaboy. 今日はあんまり上手ではない ASMR おはようございます、プレイヤーさん。ルーさんもいらっしゃる。おはようございます、ルーさん。Time to... I try not to crack laughing for the next 2 hours. Yeah, something like that. It's just quiet chatting. There's picnic ambiance in the background. And... we're on a picnic. So I'm gonna warn you guys that there's a little bit of almost like role playing, because you gotta pretend that you guys are on a picnic with me, okay? The model's frozen. No. I'm not doing motion on my model today because I'm moving around the mic a lot. Hello, Hina. Hello. How's it going? If you look around at your surroundings, you're probably wondering where we are. This is a park in the middle of nowhere. It's just you and me, nobody else. You don't remember how you got here? I teleported us. The middle of Taiwan? No, Singapore. I was thinking, so I brought along a bag with me, and I have a bunch of items inside of the bag that I'm going to be, I don't know, using during the picnic. So, what's in the bag? Ooh, don't you just want to know what's in the bag? What do you think is in the bag? Why do you keep waking up in strange places? Where's the strangest place that you've ever woken up, Jackshot? I'm curious, tell me. What is this poll? You should put the Marmite on? What am I putting Marmite on? Where are the selections? Watermelon, sandwich, bento, my horns. Ridiculous. Okay, chat, blink twice if you've been kidnapped. No kidnapping. Just teleporting you to the middle of nowhere so that we can have the picnic that you promised me. It's been a very busy few months. You promised me a picnic months ago. You didn't show up, so I've taken drastic measures. Teleport you into the middle of nowhere where it's just you and me and the rest of chat. I don't know, maybe we can go rummaging through my bag and see what's in here. Well, I brought along my phone. Hello, Tachi, how's it going? I brought along some sunscreen. I brought along a little massage kit. Some lip balm. fountain pen, a sketchbook, and a regular book. My bag though is like has a lot of like tissue in it for some reason. So much tissue. I don't know why so much tissue in my bag. Someone's inside your ears. Oh, I can get much, much closer to your ears if I want to. See you, Husky. Have a nice day. Yeah, all this tissue in my picnic bag for some reason. Put that down for now. This is such a chill picnic. There's nobody else around. It's just you and me. The sound of the trees. Occasional birds flying overhead. Wind kind of going through the treetops. Treetops. There's a picnic blanket spread out on the ground over the grass. And we're just laying on it. Well, you're laying on it. I'm sitting up. There's no bugs, no ants, no bees, no butterflies. I don't like butterflies. We do have cell phone signal though, so occasionally you'll hear me typing on my phone. It's me replying to Tenken. Call 911. Why are we calling 911? Do you have any jelly-filled donuts? I do, actually. They're triangular and made out of rice. Omochi-san, いらっしゃい。いらっしゃいませ。こんにちは、こんにちは。今日は配信早めに終わりましたね。いらっしゃい、レイダーさん。主に英語なんですけども、ごゆっくりしていってどうぞ。ごゆっくりしていってください。今日はASMR って感じでしょうか。ピクニック気分です。おもちさん元気ですか？そういえばね、guys, おもちさん made us really, really cool new emotes. So please check him out, Could you have some snacks, please? Sure, I brought yogurt. Yogurt 持ってきたよ。Say ah. I have yogurt, and I have some corn, and I have some chips. 眠くなったので終わりました。このまま聞いて寝るか。じゃあ頑張って静かにします、おもちさん。You love corn? How do you like your corn? Do you like it on the cob? Or do you like it just on its own? Do you like it creamed? ダーラさんおはようございます。コニオです。 Nothing interesting happening on Twitter today. Can't believe you're checking out Twitter in the middle of our picnic. Why not? Is Marmite related to Vegemite? Kind of. They're pretty similar. Well, since we're on a picnic, I'm going to put some... I think we should put some sunblock on you, because otherwise you guys are going to turn orange. I have White Lily Sunblock from Metaflower. It's a Korean brand. The best way to keep the sun blocked and soft and moist is this sunblock with clinically proven ingredient, only available in Metaflower. Kingsley Bear, thanks so much for subscribing at Tier 1. Welcome back to the Dinner Dungeon. So I'm just going to unscrew this. It's brand new. I literally just got it a couple of days ago. I'm gonna put it probably all over your neck and face. Sorry, I dropped it. ごめんなさい。あ、耳痛かったの。ごめんなさい。ちょっと落としてしまった。I dropped the sunblock. Your face. Hey Joshua. I didn't drop it on your foot. I dropped it on your face, to be clear. Alright, you ready for the sunblock? I'm gonna put it all over your face first, okay? Then the other side. Here, I'm just gonna put it behind your ears because I got told at one point you have to put sunblock behind your ears or you'll get sunburn on your ears. Gonna blow in your ears to make sure that we make sure that the sunblock dries, okay? How's that? Do you feel like you're sunblocked up? Pengu, what is that emote that you just sent? Is that Maria trying to drive? Your human ears are so flubby. They're like soft to the touch. Now, dragon ears aren't usually this soft. Dragon ears are a little bit harder. Cute ears. Time to put the sunblock away. Back in the bag it goes. I have this problem, especially during the summer when I'm outside, where my lips feel a little bit dry. So I'm just gonna stick on some lip balm. Hello, I could finally catch you live. Hello, Kyla, welcome. And Wendell, welcome, welcome. Ahoy. I have another Korean brand. Tony Moly Mini Peach Lip Balm. It's this little round bottle, and it looks like a peach. Smells like peach too. It's a little sugary. Guess I'll stick it on my lips first. All peached up. When I'm out of the water for a while, that happens to me too. Can I have some of that? Yeah. Here. Come close, and I'll put lip balm on you. Does it really taste like peach? Doesn't really taste like anything. I don't think I was supposed to eat that just now, but come here, lip balm. Tia, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you. Nana Oji-san, Ashbell Skanoma, Jackstax, Soulworth, Whispering Visitor. Welcome to the stream. I think your lips are nice and moist now. You can try it if you'd like. Go. With your lips, should feel nice and peachy. Gonna put the lip balm away now, okay? There we go. Comfy, you're dozing off? Oh, that's a good thing. I like to hear when you're dozing off. Gonna put the lip balm back into the bag. tell you a little bit about this little bag that I have, but it says freshly baked bread on top. There's a picture of 2 cats and a bunny. I actually bought it from an artist. It's like a little bag with a zip at the top. It's very soft. Kind of put all of my essentials in it, like my sunblock, some tissue, lip balm, you know, all that fun stuff. Is the golden donut really just a flex? Yeah, it's just completely a flex. Nothing about it. Kind of rubbing the face of one of the cats because it's really cute. Put the bag back down, I guess. So recently I got a brand new fountain pen. It's the Twisby Mini in rose gold. So I was thinking maybe I could let you guys listen to it a little bit. Unscrewing. It's very, very pretty white and rose gold mini fountain pen. And I have my nice big sketchbook. The pages are quite thick on this one. I'm gonna draw a viewer from chat. Because I like kind of drawing with a fountain pen. So let's start with the head. They have long hair. You loved the way I wrote your name the other day. It was really cute. Thank you. Fountain pens are not made for drawing, but I can draw with it, so why not? So I was practicing art the other day, and I kind of had this thought. You know how in romance books and stuff, when somebody's describing somebody that they're in love with, you often get a description of the eyes. And I was kind of thinking, I wonder why everybody always goes for the eyes when they describe things. Like, why not the mouth or the nose? And I was kind of thinking that when you have somebody that you love, I feel like you can't help but go to the way that their eyes kind of express things. Majide, hello, welcome. Kind of awkward to not have your headphones with you. ASMR is best done with earphones, eh? This feels like he is talking to me normally. Normally, but much quieter than usual. Eyes are very expressive, I agree. Tia Van, thank you for the ear drink water. I'm just about done drawing anyway, so I'll put this down. And my pen. I had some water, thank you. You're personally always captivated by the eyes first. If you were asked to describe someone you liked, I would mention it first. I'm kind of the same way. I have a thing for people's eyes, so when I draw, I feel like I always end up fleshing out the eyes. You're doodling while listening to the stream. Thank you, James. That makes me happy. So if you imagine the feeling of being on a picnic, we're just here together in the middle of nowhere. It's quiet. No people about, no bugs about. Occasionally a rabbit kind of hop by. The feeling of sunlight and the shade of a tree on your skin. I brought along a book to read. It's called, it's one of my favorites from my childhood, called Conrad's Fate by Diana Wynne Jones. She's not super famous, I don't think. It's a fantasy book, urban fantasy. But I think she's most famous for her writing of Howl's Moving Castle. So she's the original author for Howl's Moving Castle. The book's a small one. It's thick, but small. It has quite a few pages, actually. It has about 400 pages. I'm going to read to you just the beginning of it. It's written from the first person. Chapter 1. When I was small, I always thought Stalery Mansion was some kind of fairy tale castle. I could see it from my bedroom window, high in the mountains above Stolchester, flashing with glass and gold when the sun struck it. When I got to the place at last, it wasn't exactly like a fairy tale. Stolchester, where we had our shop, is quite high in the mountains too. There are a lot of mountains here in Series 7, and Stolchester is in the English Alps. Most people thought this was the reason why you could only receive television at one end. My uncle told me it wasn't, but rather that it was Stollery doing it. It's the protections they put round the place to stop anyone investigating them, he said. The magic blinks out the signal. My Uncle Alfred was a magician in his spare time, so he knew this sort of thing. Most of the time, he made a living for all of us by keeping the bookshop at the cathedral end of town. He was a skinny, warty little man with a bald patch under his curls, and he was my mother's half-brother. It always seemed a great burden to him, having to look after me and my mother and my sister Anthea. He rushed about muttering, "And how do I find the money, Conrad, with the book trade so slow?" 뭐 드시냐고 세 번째 물어봅니다. 오늘은 아무것도 안 먹는데요. おはようございます。ギガダウンです。I'm gonna read a little bit of the preface of this story, guys, just so that you know what's going on. But there's an author's preface from Diana Wynne-Jones, and it says, "This book, and all the other books about crestomancy, takes place in a universe made up of many worlds. People living in these worlds have explored them and given them the name related series on the grounds that the same languages are spoken in each. There are 12 such series, numbered 1 to 12, and there are usually 9 different worlds in each series, each of which will share the same geography as others of the same number. For instance, Series 2 is a mass of marshy land and rivers. Series 5 is all islands, and Series 7 has the worlds where the British Isles have not split off from the continent of Europe. Crestomancy himself lives in Series 12A, which is like our own world, except that magic is common there. Our own world is 12B and does not have magic to speak of. A magic user using the proper spells can easily cross from one world to another, which is what Christopher does in this book. Conrad's fate takes place in Series 7, and although there are in fact thousands of different worlds, none of the others need concern you here. I'm getting sleepy. Can I use your thighs as a pillow, Io? Yes, of course. Come on over. The bookshop was in our name. It said Grant and Testanic in faded gold letters over the bow windows and the dark green door. But Uncle Alfred explained that it belonged to him now. He and my father had started the shop together. Then, just after I was born, and a little before he died, my father had needed a lot of money suddenly, Uncle Alfred told me, and he sold his half of the bookshop to Uncle Alfred. Then my father died, and Uncle Alfred had to support us. And so he should do, my mother said in her vague way. We're the only family he's got. My sister, Anthea, said she wanted to know what my father had need the money for, but she never could find out. Uncle Alfred said he didn't know. And you never got any sense out of Mother, Anthea said to me. She just says things like, life is always a lottery, and your father was usually hard up, so all I can think is that it must have been gambling debts. The casino's only just up the road after all. Hello, Heartman. 콘치 킨집 안녕하세요. I rather liked the idea of my father gambling half a bookshop away. I used to like taking risks myself. When I was 8, I borrowed some skis and went down all the steepest and iciest ski runs, and in the summer I went rock climbing. I felt I was really following in my father's footsteps. Unfortunately, someone saw me halfway up Stall Crag and told my uncle. 眠くなってきた。じゃあ寝てください。お日様貸してあげます。Oh no, Conrad, he said, wagging a worried, wrinkled finger at me. I can't have you taking these risks. My dad did, I said, betting all that money. He'd lost it, said my uncle. And that's a different matter. I never knew much about his affairs, but I have an idea, a very shrewd idea. That he was robbed by those crooked aristocrats up at Stollery. What? I said. You mean Count Rudolph came with a gun and held him up? My uncle laughed and rubbed my head. Nothing so dramatic, one. They do things quietly and maturely up at Stollery. They pull the possibilities like gentlemen. What do you mean? I said. I'll explain when you're old enough to understand the magic of high finance, my uncle said. Meanwhile, his face went all withered and serious. Meanwhile, you can't afford to go risking your neck on stall crag. You really can't. Con, not with the bad karma you carry. What's karma? I asked. That's another thing I'll explain when you're older, my uncle said. Just don't let me catch you going rock climbing again, that's all. I sighed. Karma was obviously something very heavy, I thought, as it stopped you from climbing rocks. I went to ask my sister Anthea about it. Anthea is nearly 10 years older than me, and she was very learned even then. She was sitting over a line of open books on the kitchen table, with her long black hair trailing over the page she was writing notes on. Don't bother me now, Con, she said, without looking up. She's growing up just like Mum, I thought. But I need to know what karma is. Karma? Anthea looked up. She has huge dark eyes, and she opened them wide to stare at me, wonderingly. Karma's sort of like fate, except it's to do with what you did in a former life. Suppose that in a life you had before this one, you did something bad, or didn't do something good, then fate is supposed to catch up with you in this life, unless you put it right by being extra good, of course. Understand? Yes, I said, though I didn't really. Do people live more than once then? The magicians say you do, Anthea answered. I'm not sure I believe it myself. I mean, how can you check that you had a life before this one? Where did you hear about karma? Not wanting to tell her about Stallcrag, I said vaguely. I read it somewhere. And what's pulling the possibilities? That's another thing I read. It's something that would take ages to explain, and I haven't time, Anthea said. Bending over her notes again. You don't seem to understand that I'm working for an exam that could change my entire life. When are you going to get lunch, then? I asked. Isn't that just my life in a nutshell? Anthea burst out. I do all the work around here and help in the shop twice a week, and nobody even considers that I might want to do something different. Go away. You didn't mess with Anthea when she got this fierce. I went away and tried to ask Mom instead. I might have known that would be no good. Mom has this little bare room with creaking floorboards, half a floor down from my bedroom, with nothing in it except dust and stacks of paper. Rumbud, thank you for subscribing at Tier 1. Welcome back to the Down Dungeon. She sits there at a wobbly table, hammering away at her old typewriter, writing books and magazine articles about women's rights. Uncle Alfred had all sorts of smooth new computers down in the back room where Miss Silex works, and he was always on at Mum to change to one as well. But nothing will persuade Mum to change. She says her old machine is much more reliable. You love my voice, thank you. It's a little hoarse today, but we're chugging along. This is true. The shop computers went down at least once a week. This, Uncle Alfred said, was because of the activities up at Stollery. But the sound of Mum's typewriter is a constant hammering through all 4 floors of the house. She looked up as I came in and pushed back a swath of dark grey hair. Old photos show her looking rather like Anthea, except that her eyes are a light yellow-brown like mine. But you would never think her anything like Anthea now. She's sort of faded, and she always wears what Anthea calls that horrible mustard-colored suit and forgets to do her hair. I like that. She's always the same, like the cathedral, and she always looks over her glasses at me the same way. Is lunch ready? She asked me. No, I said. Anthea's not even started it. Then come back when it's ready, she said, bending to look at the paper sticking up from her typewriter. I'll go when you tell me what pulling the possibilities means, I said. Don't bother me with things like that, she said, winding the paper up so she could read her latest line. Ask your uncle. It's only some sort of magician stuff. What do you think of disempowered broodmares as a description? Good, eh? Great, I said. Mum's books are full of things like that. I'm never sure what they mean. That time I thought a disempowered broodmare was some sort of weak nightmare, and I went away thinking of all her other books called things like Exploited for Dreams and Disabled Eunuchs. Uncle Alfred had a whole table of them down in the shop. One of my jobs was to dust them, but he almost never sold any, no matter how enticingly I piled them up. Yeah. Hello for Malita. Welcome. I did lots of jobs in the shop, unpacking books, arranging them, dusting them, and cleaning the floor on the days Mrs. Potts' nerves wouldn't let her come. Mrs. Potts' nerves were always bad on the days after she had tried to tidy Uncle Alfred's workroom. The shop and the whole house used to echo then with shouts of, I told you just the floor, woman. You ruined that experiment. And you're lucky not to be a goldfish. Touch it again and you'll be a goldfish. It's been a while since I could catch one of your streams, Io. It's good to see you again. How have you been? I hope you're doing well. Dark Raven, hello. Welcome. I'm just reading a little bit from a story. Yada does it. It's good to see you again. But Mrs. Potts, at least once a month, could just not resist stacking everything in neat piles and dusting the chalk marks off the workbench. Then Uncle Alfred would rush up the stairs shouting, and the next day Mrs. Potts' nerves kept her at home, and I would have to clean the shop floor. As a reward for this, I was allowed to read any books I wanted from the children's shelves. To be brutally frank with you, which is Uncle Alfred's favorite phrase, this reward meant nothing to me until about the time I heard about karma and fate and started wondering what pulling the possibilities meant. Up to then, I preferred doing risky things. Or I would mostly go and see friends in the part of town where televisions worked. Reading was even harder work than cleaning the floor. Hello, new by nose. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Shashaibo. Hello, Kanahiroto. Please don't eat my tail. I need that for balance. Suddenly one day I discovered the Peter Jenkins books. You must know them. Peter Jenkins and the Thin Teacher. Peter Jenkins and the Headmaster's Secret. And all the others. They're great. Our shop had a whole row of them, at least 20, and I set out to read them all. You want you as an audiobook narrator? I think I'd be quite rubbish as an audiobook narrator, I have to be honest. I keep on almost dropping my book, and I know that'll blast out all your ears, so I'm trying not to. When I had already read about 6, and those all kept harking back to another one called Peter Jenkins and the Football Formula, that sounded really exciting. So that was the one I want to read next. You finally pre-ordered one of my stickers. Can't wait to add you to my VTuber sticker collection. Thank you. I'm so happy that you ordered my stickers. Oh, reminder guys that my merch store is up right now and it's closing in just 3 days, including today. I finished the floor as quickly as I could. Then, on my way to dust Mom's books, I stopped by children's shelves and looked urgently along the row of shiny red and brown Peter Jenkins books. I was looking for Peter Jenkins and the Football Formula. The trouble is, all those books look the same. I ran my finger along the row, thinking I'd find the book about 7th along. I knew I'd seen it there, but it wasn't. The one in about the right place was called Peter Jenkins and the Magic Golfer. I ran my finger right along to the end, and it still wasn't there, and the headmaster's secret didn't seem to be there either. Instead, there were 3 copies of one called Peter Jenkins and the Hidden Horror, which I'd never seen before. I took one of these out and flipped through it, and it was almost the same as the Headmaster's Secret, but not quite. Vampire bats instead of a zombie in the cupboard, things like that. And I put it back feeling puzzled and really frustrated. In the end, I took one at random before I went on to dust Mom's books. And Mom's books were different, just slightly too. They looked the same, with Franconia Grant in big yellow letters on them, but some of the titles were different. The fat one that used to be called Woman in Crisis was still fat, but is now called The Case for Females, and the thin floppy one was called Mother Wit instead of Do We Use Intuition like I remembered. Just then I heard Uncle Alfred galloping downstairs whistling on his way to open the shop. "Hey, Uncle Alfred," I called out. "Have you sold all the Peter Jenkins and the Football Formulas?" "I don't think so," he said, rushing into the shop with his worried look. He hurried along to the children's shelves, muttering about having to reorder as he changed his glasses over. He peered through them at the row of Peter Jenkins books. He bent to look at the books below and stood on tiptoe to look at the shelves above. Then he backed away, looking so angry that I thought Mrs. Potts must have tidied the books too. "Would you look at that?" he said disgustedly. "There's a third of them different. It's criminal. They went for a big working without even considering the side effects. Go outside and see if this street's still the same, Conrad." I went to the shop door, but as far as I could see, nothing. Oh, the post box down the road was now bright blue. "You see," said my uncle when I told him, "you see what they're like. All sorts of details will be different now. Valuable details, but what do they care? All they think is money." "Who?" I asked. I couldn't see how anyone could make money by changing books. He pointed up and sideways with his thumb. "Them, those bent aristocrats up at Stollery, to be brutally frank with the Yukon. They make their money by pulling the possibilities about. They look, and if they see they could get a bigger profit from one of their companies if just 1 or 2 things were a little different, then they twist and twitch and pull those things. It doesn't matter to them that other things change as well. Oh no, and this time they've overdone it. Greedy, wicked. People are going to notice and object if they go on doing this." He took his glasses off and cleaned them. Beads of angry sweat stood on his forehead. "There'll be trouble," he said. "Or so I hope." So this is what pulling the possibilities meant. How do they change things? I asked. By very powerful magic, said my uncle. More powerful than you or I can imagine, Conrad. Make no mistake, Count Rudolph and his family are very dangerous people. I think that's enough reading. We got through 18 pages. 18 pages. Oh, I guess a little less. 11. What did you guys think of the book? It's one of my favorites from when I was younger. Very, very fond of it. It's a little urban fantasy. Yes, 11 pages. I know, time flies, right? That was so comfy, I almost fell asleep to your voice. I'm glad. I don't know if this is sufficing as particularly good ASMR, but I'm doing my best. It's nice. I wasn't focusing, but your voice is soothing. I'm glad. You've been reading up on the series while you were reading. Yes, I very much love this series. I think the author, I really like her writing. I'm a really big fan of writing that you can read at any phase in your life. And it's easy enough to read. Like, I don't really like the really flowery language. I want it to be like, I like books that you can read when you're 11 or when you're 20, and it really is easy to read. I was thinking maybe I could try giving you guys a little ear massage. Since you guys strained your ears while listening to me read out the book, so I'm just going to be rubbing a little bit, okay? Let's start with the left ear and we'll just kind of move around a little bit. How's that for an ear massage? Excuse me, I'm just going to answer a quick text message. We get reception out here? Yeah. I get reception. You don't? You're supposed to just lay there with your eyes closed, Jackshot. Why would you get reception? Dragon Cellular. Very, very good. Hello, Wolf Lord, and you'll never see it coming. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Answered all my texts. I'll put that away. I hope you answered your DMs too. Did not answer my DMs. I gotta look at them today later. And really, for the rest of the stream, I was thinking we could just chill, really. You don't get those. Io has a wonderful voice suited for story time. Thank you. That's really, really sweet. Aren't we chilling already? Yeah, more or less, but I mean, just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Rapolio, hey, how's it going? What's good? You're good. You're good. I'm seeing all my viewers today. Got to say good morning to many people. Feeling really good. Very, very good. Is this stream going to be saved somewhere? Yeah, it's gonna go up on my YouTube, same as all my other VODs. Just swinging by to say morning all and hi. Can't stick around, but I'll watch the VOD. Happy Sunday. Happy Gravity. Thanks so much for coming by. This is just me grinding some ink. Need more ink for my fountain pen. Yes, we're all on the same page. No one's thinking about trying to wander away when we're in the middle of nowhere. Jackshot, is that what you're thinking about? You know, Jackshot, if you wander away, I'll probably have to chase after you. I like your hat. Your aesthetic and energy is all very pretty and kind. I love the vibe. Chris Nakamata, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Don't go anywhere, Jackshot. What are you planning to write today to grind some ink for your pen? Maybe I'll write a little in my diary. Can I get a sweet good night wish, please? Hanzo, I hope you sleep very, very well tonight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, and I hope you dream many, many happy things. I'm not sore after a ring fit jack shot, just to be clear. Never mind, this picnic blanket sure is nice and soft. I'm proud of you. Here, let me give you some head pats. Now rub your face and maybe around your head a little bit. Maybe I can rub your ears. Is that too loud? Excuse me, ma'am, but where's Draggo? I'm right here. Where else would I be? That sounds good. Oh, good, good, good. Good, 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 good. Good, 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 good. You guys have been working hard at work and at school. I think a little bit of relaxation is in order now. Turtle fam, thank you for the drink water. There. It's been very busy lately. Everyone's been working super, super hard. I know, I can tell. I can tell everyone's been working very, very hard and doing their best. Let's just take a break today. Sorry, did that peak a little bit? My bad. Was there some sort of sound? So many us. My stream cut out. Oh. Weird. I'm back now. Yeah, stop watching 1080p videos in the background. I'm not there. It's at 144p. You just stopped for a second there. Ah. That's very good. Why'd you take a break? Just lay down on the picnic blanket. Close your eyes. Just go to sleep. Shh. I admit I'm watching videos during my picnic, and I am, but it's... you guys can hear it too. It's the morning background noise. Hey Neon Grunzen, welcome to the stream. A lot of busy things lately. There's been finals. A lot of companies are ending their fiscal years, so everybody's busy. I think we all deserve a break. You're half asleep. My bag is so soft. Frank, thanks for the ear drink water. Thank you. Okay, guys, I think that's enough for today's stream. So I'm going to be heading out now. Hello, Nightshade. You joined us right as I was about to get out of here. Well, welcome to the stream anyway. Hope that you guys got to relax just a little bit. You just got here. Oh no, I'm sorry, Deananners. Not a very long stream today, unfortunately. But I'll be back on Tuesday, 7 PM EST. I'll be popping back in probably. I don't really know what I'm going to do on Tuesday, but I'll tweet my schedule in just a little bit. I'm glad if this helps you get to sleep in the future. This was very good for your first stream. I'm glad if you had a good time. Crawling Chaos, thank you for coming by. And yeah, so I'll see you guys at Tuesday at 7 PM EST. Look out for my schedule on Twitter. And hopefully, I'm going to try to turn off my ending music, but I'll put up a raid, so please be good to whoever I choose to raid, okay?